Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troller. 1972 to 1975.
Game 110, Rangers at Angels.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to 1972. Hey, wait a minute. You can barely hear me, can't you? Well, let's fix that. Now you should be able to hear me better. We're going to do a little manipulation of the... There we go, guys. There we are. Let me begin again. Welcome back to the 1972-75 Carryover League. We got a series today in the American League West, also known as the teams that aren't the Oakland A's, which include the Seattle Mariners, who are not here today, and the Rangers and Angels, who are. Let's take a look at what has happened. Home cooking is what's happened. Game 1. Jim Bibby for the Rangers, Nolan Ryan for the Angels. It's 11-8 is the final home team. In this particular game, the California Angels drew 14 walks, folks. That's a mixture of some really bad pitching on the behalf of the Texas Rangers, who, by the way, came into this series undefeated, but that's a story for another day. Jim Bibby, 4 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned. He walked 7. David Clyde, you know the story of David Clyde. He came in inning and 2/3, 3 walks. Wayne Granger, 3 walks. Paul Lindblad, a walk. That's 14. Bunch of runs. Let's move on. It's just too much. Yeah. Angels won. Game number 2. Home cooking. Home cooking, folks. It is Mike Paul, crafty lefty for the Rangers, against Andy Hassler. Write those names down. That'll come up in this conversation later. This was a pretty cool baseball game, actually. Toby Harrah, who's had a disastrous year fielding. Disastrous. His rating is not that bad. He's a 3.32 shortstop. At least 12 short X's players have reached on. At least a dozen. At least a dozen times in 5 games hitting a ground ball to Toby Harrah, you've gotten on. He's playing at like a range of 5.5, 6, and an E70, something like that. That's how horrific it's been. But he hits a home run, and the dude's hitting about 500 this year as well. We've got some crazy, kooky stats I'll take a peek at the end of this little preview here. The West is bonkers, folks. Bottom of the 3rd inning, those Angels come back. They get an error from a catcher, get a 2-run single, come back with 3 doubles in the 4th. Rangers return with a 2-run homer by Dick Billings in the 5th. We have it tied up in the 7th with a Jeff Burroughs single. Bottom of the 8th, Wayne Granger comes into a tie game, and Rudy Meoli, hey, the beleaguered shortstop, dude, it's a triple, I believe, on his own card. And they get a 5-4 win. Dave LaRoche comes in to get a save in the 9th inning. It's almost as if the Angels are actually a baseball team. It almost is. This is like a, down a run, you come back, the other team catches up to you, they tie the game, but then you get a run, you bring in your closer and save it. Like solid baseball, right? Like the Angels are a legitimate baseball team, right? They're up 2-0. Up 2-0 in the series, folks. Game 3, the Rangers win 23-5. Toby Harrah made 2 errors in this game, but he also went 5 for 6, scored 4, drove in 3. Bill Singer, a champion of mine, a guy I loved with the Dodgers, big games with the Angels many years ago, one of my favorite Strat-O-Matic pitchers. I did him dirty today, folks. Just did him dirty. Here it is. 3 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. The Rangers are still hitting in this game. This is insanity. 23 runs, 21 hits for the Rangers. The Angels had 5 runs and 14 of their own, but I'm not going to go through this. Everybody did something, and yeah, that's that. Okay. Game 4. Home cooking. Have I said that? Home cooking. Home cooking. You playing at home. Yep. Yeah, you're playing at home. Rangers 8-5 in this one. Excuse me, I get the wrong one up here. Game 4. Game 4. Rangers 8-6 in this one. They're going to win Game 5 8-5. Anyway, the Rangers score 5-8. I'm tired of looking at this. The home team won every damn game of this series thus far. So let's just skip to the gory details. I'll go right to stats here. Again, I think Toby Harrah defensively is fielding at like 60%, but your Texas Rangers are 6-2. They're hitting .349 as a club. They have a .393 ERA. Basically, Hargrove and Harrah are hitting around .460. Dave Nelson, Lenny Randle, Jeff Burrows, and Mike Epstein. This is a mixture of Washington Senators, early Texas Rangers, young Texas Rangers, pre-MVP Jeff Burrows, Texas Rangers. Absolutely on fire. And the California Angels are, what we like to say, on the schedule. After getting those 2 wins, they are now just 2-6 on the season, hitting .256 with a .699 earned run average as a team. So, Angels need to complete the home cooking by winning Game 6 and then Game 7 at home. Earlier I said, remember Mike Paul and Andy Hassler, because they're doing a rematch today. A rematch of Game 2. That good game I played, the 5-4 game. It's a rematch. Mike Paul, Andy Hassler. Let's look at Mike Paul first. He was 8-9, but he had a .217 ERA in 162 innings in 1972. Nice little card. Nice pitcher, Mike Paul. For the Rangers. Oh, and by the way, yes, there is no such thing as Washington Senators anymore. Just so that we're clear on that. That ended in 71. So, yes, it's all Washington. It's all Texas Rangers. No more Washington Senators. And the Angels will send Andy Hassler out there with, he had a very spotty career. He had 1 good year as a starter, 1 good year as a closer, some middling years. This is an outstanding Andy Hassler card in the year of 1974. 7-11. They never did win for this guy, but he pitched well. He pitched to a .261 ERA in 162 innings. He actually pitched 5 innings in his previous start. They got that injury. They knocked him out of the game with an injury in his last start. And screw that. He's coming back with a sling on his arm. I don't care. He's pitching today. Mike Paul, Andy Hassler, Game 6 from California. Desperately needing a win. Or their season is already off the rails. We just got the season started, for Pete's sakes. Leading off for the Rangers is Toby Harrah. 6'10", catcher's X. Art Kuznire, 4'16", catcher makes the play. Lenny Randle, 55, second X. We have Horace Clark there, 3'13", makes the play. And Dave Nelson, 57, is a K. Nice start. Bottom of 1. Paul Shaw, 2-4, third. Mickey Rivers, 46, double 1 to 13 is a base hit. He wants to steal. He stole 70 bases, and we gotta sell tickets to this. You know, if you're not going to win any baseball in California, maybe have a guy who leads the league in stolen bases. I don't know. Rivers attempts to steal. He's in there. We have the we don't have a plus arm catcher, do we? No, we don't. Who's the other catcher? Billings is -1 and Raiders -2. I like to steal third every once in a while, but not now. Bobby Valentine. 110, rolls it short. And with 2 outs, it's Darren Johnson, 6'10", center X. Oh, we got, Tom Greaves out there today, folks. He's a 4-4 in center field. And that'll be an RBI single. Yeah, there's some bad woo. You smell that? There is some bad defense in this series, folks. Who is not a 3 or a 4? Let's see. 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Mike Hargrove's a 2. 3, 3. Dave Rader's a 2. 3, 3, 3, 4, 3. Don Baylor's a 2. 4, 4, 4, 3. Jim Spencer's a 1. 4 and 3. So, yeah. Look for some extended innings. Perhaps this one. Don Baylor. 6'11". Pitcher X, Mike Paul, E0. You can still get the single off of him. But they don't. 1-zip. Texas hasn't scored fewer than 5 runs in any of these games. Jeff Burrows. 48's a walk. Tom Grieve, 36, single dot. Mike Epstein, 38. They're turning the cards over. He walks. Frank Howard, 56, short X. We got Bobby Valentine, 40-31 shortstop. But he gets a ground ball B. That's good. That's not bad. Fielder's choice. We got a run. On the corners, tie game. Bring the infield up. Why not? Hargrove, 65. Center C. 2 outs. Dick Billings. Rolls a short. Just a run. 1-1. Bottom of 2. Winston. Lennis. 111. Short. Scheinblum. 1-8. Base hit. Maybe if I'm looking at a sport this reminds me of, maybe this is like the old AFL football in the 1960s. You know, the Kansas City Texans and the Lance Allworth and Don Maynard and the New York Titans and the Chargers and the Buffalo Bills when they were, you know, competing with the NFL and they had these high-scoring, high-flying games. That's what it seems like here. You just keep turning cards over. Not much strategy. The games fly by. The runs pile up. Pitcher X. Paul is an E0 again. You need to get a ground ball C or it's a double play. That's a double play. Into the third we go. Toby Hara, 38 Ks. Len Randall, 59, second C. Dave Nelson, 37K. This looks like a baseball game, folks. Bottom of the third, Horace Clark, 35. Short. Paul Shaw, 2-8, single. Mickey Rivers, 66 Ks. Valentine, 45. Double 1 of 14. Doesn't get it. On the corners, 2 outs. Big moment, Darren Johnson, 1-6, and he bounces the third. I do want to offer this commentary, too. A lot of times when you have both pitchers pitching with the same arm, like 2 lefties or 2 righties, the games seem to go by a little quicker because you don't have to double check yourself sometimes to make sure you're looking on the right side of the card. You can bury your eyes on the left side of these cards when you have lefty-lefty. You kind of, I don't know, I kind of like that. I guess psychologically. It just makes the game processing information very quickly. Jeff Burrows, 6'11". Pitcher X. Hassler. He is an E9. And he makes the play. Tom Grieve, 110. Base hit. Mike Epstein, 55. Short X. The 40-31 shortstop. Fielder's choice. Hanging in there. Bobby Valentine at short. Frank Howard, third. This is crisp, folks. This is the crispest. You got the crisp game. Believe me, you would not have wanted to sit around in that 23-5 debacle. Trust me. I didn't. Don Baylor, 36. Single 1 of 5. Gets it. Ace Stealer. Winston Lennis will swing away. 4-10. Lines of short. Richie Scheinblum, 65. Center C. I'm going to do it with a stolen base attempt with 2 outs. And that did not work. It is a 1-1 game. Into the 5th. That's not good news for the Angels. Mike Hargrove, 1-3. Hit by pitch. It's only a matter of time till the Rangers. The Rangers seem like their mission is to bat around in at least 1 inning every game they play this year. They're going to bat around in one of these innings. That's the mission of the Texas Rangers. Interesting. They probably have more walks in their cards than most teams. Dick Billings, 46, single and an 18, gets it. There you go. 2 on, nobody out. Toby Hara, 54. Center X. Oh boy. Mickey Rivers a 3-9 in center. He caught it. He caught it, folks. Lenny Randall 2-3. He pops to short. And with 2 outs, Dave Nelson 2-10. It's a single dot. Rangers get another run. On the corners for Jeff Burrows. 3-12. A Lomax. Well, 2-1 game. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, we'll look up a lot of cards later in this one. We're just going to keep breezing through here. Art Cousineyer, 57 Ks. Horace Clark, 58. Short X, Toby Harrah. Come on, man. You got to get like 40 outs in a row. Come on, you can make it. You can make No! It's... he just doesn't want to wear the glove in the field this year. I don't know. I think he's got like an allergy on his hand, and like the leather itches too bad. So he just goes out there, with his bare hands. And it's just not working. So there's a hit again off of Toby Harrah. Horace Clark, the tie run beast stealer. Back up top to Paul Shaw. 39 is a walk. 2 on Mickey Rivers. 67 is a K, and with 2 outs, please don't hit a ground ball to Toby Harrah. Bobby Valentine. 3-6, let's take a look at a card. The Boston Red Sox, greatest manager ever, Bobby Valentine, was once a pretty good hitter. In this year of 73, a .302 average. Could play shortstop and center field. Who doesn't like that versatility, huh? Comes in handy every once in a while. 3-6 for Bobby is a double to center field. 1 run scores. Shaw is going to make it around Grieve. Here's the play at the plate. He rolls a 20. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Guy gets dusted at the plate. We do get a run. It is tied at 2. Well, folks, you get good pitching, tie game. What more do you want, right? Series is late in the series. We're in Game 6 of possible Game 7. This is high competition, at least for now. 2-2 into the 6th. Hassler continues. Tom Grieve, 64, strikes out. Mike Epstein, 54 left. Frank Howard, 1-3, flies to right. Little murderer's row, out action for Andy Hassler. Bottom of the 6th, the dangerous Darren Johnson, 67's a K. Don Baylor, 38, short. Winston Lennis, 69. Skies to right field. The pitchers battle back in Game 6 is the headline. Mike Paul and Andy Hassler have had enough of these crooked number innings that we've seen through 5 games. And we've got a nice played game. I believe you had this run was scored because of a defensive miscue, right? Were there any other defensive miscues that all contributed to runs? I don't know. Into the 7th. It is Mike Hargrove, 1-7 base hit. Dick Billings, 55. Second X. Oh boy. We have Horace Clark's a 3-13. He's not too bad. Double play! Horace Clark! Whoever showed up in California is being rowdy and cheering their home team on. All 11,285 of them. And Toby Harrah, 1-8, and he's on base again with a walk. So he continues his consecutive game streak of reaching base. Why not try a steal? And that's why you get thrown out. Caught stealing. Man, we've got some good pitching. We've got some good catchers throwing. Competitive game, 2-2, bottom of the 7th. Stretch time, Angels fighting like mad to tie this series up. Stretch time music, we are of course listening to the brilliant 1973, the last good Bob Welch record here in the Fleetwood catalog. Mystery to Me, featuring Hypnotized, Emerald Eyes. Beautiful tune. Beautiful guitar work on Emerald. Let's throw this down again, man. This is like the sickest guitar licks, man. This guy, Bob Welch, rest in peace. Bottom of the 7th. Let's rally. Let's get a win for Bob Welch here in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Paul continues. It's Richie Scheinblum. 68 flies to center. Art Kuznire, 37 walks. Horace Clark, 2-5 short B. Do we want to steal a base with 2 outs to get into scoring position? Let's try it. We're trying to even the series up. And he rolls a 6. He's in there. The T rating. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. He didn't get the T rating. It just happens to be 3. So he's on second with 2 outs. Back up top to Paul Shaw. Let's take a look at the Paul Shaw before he swings. Was with the Royals. The Royals had to make room for Mr. George Brett. And Shaw had to go. And the Angels said, we need you, buddy. Paul Shaw. Runner at second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 57, strikes out. Yeah. Yeah, that's just... That's this... Yeah. That is just tasty, tasty. Woo! That is a beautiful tastiness on guitar there by Mr. Welch. Sorry, I had to pause for that. Top of the 8th, tied at 2. Hassler starter 7, Paul starter 7. Bullpens have been overworked because of the high-scoring affairs previously. Len Randall leads off. 1-9 is a ground ball to short. Dave Nelson, 65. Sky's the center. And with 2 outs, Jeff Burrows. 3-10, Sky's the center. Bottom of the 8th, Mike Paul. Extended outings for these starters. Mickey Rivers. 1-10 center. Bobby Valentine, 1-6 short. And Darren Johnson, 2-11 is a K. These guys can pitch into the 9th and then they have to go. They will. Tom Grieve, Murderer's Row again for Mr. Hassler. Grieve, 38 Ks. Mike Epstein, 5'10 catcher's X. 40-16. Frank Howard with 2 outs. Bouncer to the 3rd, and that'll be the day for Andy Hassler. And the crowd's on their feet. They know the rule that the starters don't go beyond 9 innings. Andy Hassler has done everything he could possibly do to get the Angels into a Game 7. Can they walk this thing off? And Mike Paul is going to do the same thing. So in the bottom of the 9th, we'll show you some cards. Let's start with Don Baylor. Great news for the Angels. They got him much sooner than they normally would. He's out of Baltimore. He's out of Oakland. He'll have this 75 card hitting 282 with 25 homers. And when this card runs out, they're just going to stick him into his MVP card in 1979. So that's going to be 8 solid years. Beyond solid, that's going to be 8 high-quality years for Don Baylor and the Angels. Let's get that started right here, right now, Don. Leading off the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch. 46 is a base hit to left field. They call him the Groove. A 17-runner ace stealer. I'm taking off. Not going to hit and run or anything like that. We're just going to, we're going to steal a base, and we're out in the 20. Jeez. Man, oh man. Man, just can't get myself a break here. 1 out, Winston Lennis. 59, second C. And with 2 outs, Richie Scheinblum. 58, short X, Toby Harrah. Can he field a ground ball? No, he cannot. He's 0 for 2 with 2 singles. That's 14 times the opponent has hit a ground ball to Toby Harrah in 7 baseball games, and it's gone through the wickets, or he's kicked it off his glove or his hand or whatever. It's been astonishing. He's fielding worse than a 40-48 would field, for what that's worth. So the inning continues, and it's Art Kuznire, 64, third X. Who's over there? Len Randall, a 326. Single dot dot, and the teams keep kicking, the Rangers keep kicking the ball around. Paul's now broken. I just feel like leaving broken Paul in there, you know what I mean? Like, he would be yeah, Horace Clark's on the bat, Paul's sticking around, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Horace Clark. 68, flies to center field. Man, I just don't know how to manage these teams with just such horrific defense. While the rest of the carryover league, as you've seen, has, man, there's some great defense in this league. It's just not in this stadium. I mean, we've been seeing some of the best center field play, for instance, in a 4-year timeline throughout, for instance, Amos Otis and Mickey Stanley and all the ones we have in center. Mercer, Maddox, Paul Blair, Freddie Lynn just arrived. I mean, and like all the great defensive guys, they're just not. And if they're in the American League West, then it's the one Joe Rudy, a 1-2 in left field. They're on the Oakland A's, guys like that. All right, enough. We got extra innings, 2-2 affair. Angels still trying to force a Game 7. You got Hargrove, Billings. Do you want to start attempting to turn some Rangers around to see what happens, or do you want to assume that they're stuck in this funk against lefties and go with LaRoche? LaRoche is a relief 3, and he's your best reliever. I would just say let's go with LaRoche. Dave LaRoche, the closer. He had several stints with the Angels, not with this card, however. He was a Twin in 72, 5-7 with a 2.84 ERA, 95 innings. He's a relief 3. He is going to just stay in there until the 12th inning, and hopefully the game's over by then. And the rest of the Angel bullpen is horrible anyway. Gary Ross, Ricky Clark, and Cecil Upshaw. Top of the 10th, it'll be Mike Hargrove. 1-8 is a single. Dick Billings, 65, is a walk. Here we go. Toby Hara. A bunter. No, come on. Dude's hitting 500. He's swinging a bat here. He ain't going to hit a double play. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Toby Hara. So you see, I mean, it looks pretty innocent enough defensively. He's a 2 at third base, by the way. The third baseman is Lenny Randall. He would be a 40-42 at short. So somebody has to play short, and Toby's doing it, and he did it much better than he's doing it now. This is a fantastic progression for him. He was pretty awful 71, 72. He got really nice card, 73, 4, and now this beautiful card, 75, a 293 average, 20 home runs, 98 walks, and a chance to give the Rangers a lead in the 10th inning. First and second, nobody out. He's going to swing away. Here's the pitch to Toby Hara. 1-8 is a walk. Bases loaded. Surprise, surprise. Bases loaded, nobody out for Dave LaRoche. The Texas Rangers probably lead the league in loading the bases with nobody out in the league at this point of the season. Len Randall, the A-bunter, will bat. The infield comes up. Here's the pitch. 56, sac fly to center. All right, fine. Now let's play some defense here. Keep it to 1 run. Dave Nelson, first and second, 1 out. 47 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Burrows. 66 is a K. All right, that didn't go too bad. So the 1 run did score on a sac fly. So it's 3-2. I get it. I know what you're all thinking. I get it. But these are the Rangers, and they're better. They simply have been better to start the season, and they've been playing better. And now they're going to go with their closer. Steve Folkhalt will come into the game. There's a fat man in the bathtub with the blues on. Steve Folkhalt is that guy. 74, 8-9, 2.25 ERA in 144 innings. That's a lot of innings for a closer, 144. But in that same year, Mike Marshall threw 200, right? So, can Folkhalt get the save in the 10th? And dare we say, put the Rangers in first place with the big bad Oakland A's? Make the season a little juicy early on? That'd be kind of fun. Give you guys a dark horse team to root for, to challenge the Oakland A's. I mean, it's obvious that Seattle and California aren't. They can't match up with the Oakland A's, but these Rangers, maybe they can. So Folkhalt comes on in the 10th. Is there some defense to help him? Believe it or not, there is. Actually, there's like a few guys, and they're going to bring them in. They're still going to start putting some defense in. They have Boots Day, a 3 in center field. He'll go in for Epstein, who was the DH. We also have Joe LaHood. He'll go in for Tom Grieve. So we got 2 better outfielders. We got a -2 arm catcher. You do have Mickey Rivers coming up this inning. Let's put in him as well. Let's put Dave Rader in the catch. 3 defensive replacements. Look, the Rangers are taking this very seriously. They would be 7-2. And they have not had much to cheer for in this timeline. This is sort of Billy Martin, you know, when he had that one nice year with the Rangers in a dismal decade for the team. That's sort of what we're looking at. So here we are, bottom of the 10th. 3-2 game. Steve Foe caught all his defense, and it's the top of the Angel lineup. That will be Paul Shaw. You saw his card earlier. Here's the pitch to Paul. 2-9, he reaches with a base hit. Mickey Rivers is an A bunter. I know what you're thinking, but this team could use Mickey Rivers to swing away and just connect. Well, Darren Johnson comes up this inning, and he doesn't hit righties very well. And if you were to pinch hit for him with a lefty, the Rangers would certainly come back with Paul Lindblad. So, who else is on? Let me just look. Oh, boy. Where do you mean I look at pinch? Oh, boy. Yeah, we need to start swinging here. We're going to swing away with Mickey Rivers. Runner at first. Here's the pitch to Mickey. 34 lines the first. All right, Bobby Valentine. He had a nice double earlier. Scored a Tobihara runner. The pitch to Valentine. 55, short X. Oh, no, please, not another one. Stop it. Short. Tobihara. 3, E32. Please make a play. A double play to end the game by Tobihara. Oh, my goodness, folks. There it is. A 3-32. That's not that awful of defense at shortstop. It's not very good, but it's not 40-48. And if things start to balance out, you would, if there's such a balancing act like that, you'd expect that Hara would start getting some breaks with defense, and he got one here at the perfect time. A GBA on a 3-32 shortstop to end the game and end the series, folks. That is over. Your Texas Rangers have won the game 3-2. We'll go right into the box and stats and the standings. Just do a whole wrap here, folks. Boy, Rangers making noise. Dave LaRoche loses in the 10th. He gave up a single run and 2 walks and 2 Ks. A nice day for Andy Hassler, just did not get enough run support. The 2 runs were earned. He did walk 4, struck out 5. No decision. Paul stuck around 9 innings and got the victory in the dugout, with Foucault getting the save. So Foucault gave up a hit, getting that save. Critical double play. The Paul line, 11 hits, 2 runs. Angels, what are you doing? What are you doing, Angels? Just, yeah. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. 101-10, 010-10, 3-6-2-12, 6-7-2-6. So the Rangers put 12 men on. The Angels put 14 men on. The Rangers survived their defense and win the series in 6. I'm going to plug some stats in here and see the gory details. Well, you would expect the Angels team ERA to improve a little bit, for your Angels, your Anglers. Let's start with them, Just don't know I don't know what to talk about with the Angels anymore. I mean, it's like they do have Nolan Ryan with his best card. Really, it's his best Angel card until 79 when they actually go to the playoffs. Ryan's 1-2. He's given up 19 runs in 21 innings. Oddly enough, he's walked 13 and struck out 28. So it's really puzzling. He's giving up hits and runs. Very strange. They're 2-7 as a club. They're hitting .264, which is fine, but they have a .643 ERA. And of course, you know, Bill Singer has pitched 11 innings this year and given up 21 runs. It's just absolutely brutal there. Yeah, offensively, you could do a Mickey Rivers with 16 hits, only 3 stolen bases. And yeah, let's move on. Yeah, it's kind of depressing actually. So the A's are 6-2, but your Texas Rangers are 7-2, folks. They are hitting .333 as a team with a very respectable .367 team earned run average. They are one of the few teams in the league where nobody can pitch on 3 days rest. Actually, here they are. If you see the red ink, it means you can pitch on 3 days rest. And the Rangers are the only team in the league where nobody can pitch on 3 days rest. So it's Bibby, Paul, Peranowski, Bill Hands, and 18-year-old David Clyde out of high school trying to limp these Rangers into, dare we say, possibly a wild card spot in the West. Foucault's got 3 saves. He's been fine. Bibby, Paul, you just saw Paul pitch a gem of a game. Offensively now, 19 hits for which guy? For Hargrove. Mike Hargrove's hitting .487. That's pretty good. Toby Harrah is hitting .415. Not bad. Let's see. Dave Nelson is hitting only .273. Who's the last infielder? Lenny Randall. About the same. Burrows is 14 for 38. Hitting .368. This team, man. This team. Ton of walks. Yeah, the Rangers, looking at the overall standings here out west, very, very early. Hasn't been sorted yet. We normally sort that when we play more baseball, but they're 7-2. A's are 6-2. Break up your Texas Rangers. They have played some inspiring baseball early on in the season. What do they say? Sway in May, swoon in June, die in July. I don't know that old myth, but anyway, break up your Rangers. They win this series 4-2. Thanks for checking this out, folks. We'll see you next time.